pump gas, boost, and full NA timing. Steve Morris, don't play.
No, I'm gonna put another 2 degrees in it and run on this first. We're gonna see if we can make 1,000 on pump gas first.
Hey guys, Richard Holder here for Richard Holder Performance. I'm here at Steve Morris Engines with the man, the myth, the legend, Steve Morris. Steve, guys got questions today. What motor do we have on the dyno and what are we testing?
All right, we are doing something cool here. What we've done is we're doing some testing for AFR on their new CNC ported LS3 head.
Oh, those are awesome.
Yeah, and what they wanted us to do was they wanted us to test a stock-headed LS3, put their heads on it, test that. And I'm going, oh, I think we could do this one better.
But wait,
there's more.
There you
so
go.
Like, okay, well, we might as well make this into a package like what we normally would make. So I bought a crate 6.2, okay? Just your basic crate 6.2. We tore it apart, we gapped the rings, we pinned the crankshaft. We put our camshaft in it, our valve train package, so it's camshaft, stock lifters, push rods, valves, springs, retainers, keeper, trunnion kit. Okay, your normal deal on a stock LS. Well, then I thought the next thing we need to do is, well, we should test this boosted also. So since we're going to test it boosted, it's like, I'm going to put my billet intake manifold on it because there's no sense doing anything else.
Billet and boost definitely go together.
Billet and boost, goodness, that's what's great. So we put the billet intake manifold on it, and then Vortec YSI supercharger. So here's our testing procedures of what we're going to be doing. We're going to test. This is unhooked. You can see there's nothing hooked up here, no belt. Okay. So we're going to test NA. Put a base tune in it. Test NA stock heads. Now this is a camshaft. This is your basic common build. Okay.
But still stock heads.
But still stock heads. Yeah. Boom, stock heads. Did not touch it. Did not look at it. Just put valves, springs, retaining keepers in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we're going to test and do a tune-up with boost. Just trying to make like 10 pounds of boost. That's all we want to make.
Yeah, just boost on the stock heads, right?
Yeah, boost on stock head and stock bottom end. This is still stock piston, stock rod.
Yeah.
Crate motor.
But ring gap.
With ring gaps, yes. Then we're going to take the blower off or just disable it.
Yep.
Do a cylinder head change. Put AFR heads on it.
Yep.
The new CNC port heads. And test it with the exact same tune-up. So whatever tune-up we just did with the stock head, just literally bolt heads on, boom. Then we're going to test with the AFR heads and boost. So we're going to have AB, NA, AB boosted, and then maybe we'll do E85 too.
The only thing better than dyno testing and getting data is more dyno testing and more data. Let's jump right in and start this thing up. Okay guys, we're here at Steve Morris Engines. We've got our 6.2 up on the dyno. We're gonna start off doing some baseline runs. We got the stock 821 heads on it. And then we're gonna add some boost from the Vortec. And then we'll do a head swap. Let's warm this thing up, make some power. Got our first startup in the morning. We'll warm it up, make the baseline pulls. It's the next button right here.
All right, we're all warmed up, and so let's make a couple pulls in a row, and we'll just see how good it repeats and take a look at it. Oh, what the heck?
That always fixes everything. Just turn everything off and turn it back on.
Turn it back on.
Yeah. That's how you fix computer-related problems. I think you lifted, man.
Same.
That's what we call an overlay.
Yeah, that's pretty good overlay. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's nice.
For 2 different days, that's nice.
Hey, look, repeatability. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, like to see that. I think we'll just make one more just for kicks and giggles. Now, you can see here, let's just go ahead and look at our numbers individually. Oops. There we go. Let me get rid of this little, oops, dang it. I'll just clip that off there so it's not so distracting. There we go. Alright, now take a look at our results table. Oil pressure is fine, fuel pressure is nice and steady, no problem. Peak torque at 488 at 56, and peak horsepower 593 at 6,900, 7,000 RPM. I'll turn that rev limiter up a little bit. It just tickled the rev limiter right there too.
Yeah, you can see that
at the top. So I'll turn that rev limiter up. But these are our numbers that we're really looking for. So our average here, which is averaging between 3,000 and 6,900. So we're at 448, 472. So that looks good. And then all the way down here, I mean, we're at, 3,000 RPM makes 441 foot-pounds of torque. Now, this is still just the 376, so I mean, just the 6.2 liter. And with a really big freaking intake manifold on it, too.
Yeah. And the big cylinder head and the big valves. It has lots of stuff on it that would be kind of hurting it for torque production.
Yeah, but I'm pretty happy I'm still happy with that. I think that looks pretty nice. Go back here, looking at it in graph form. Let me change this color here.
So how much are you going to turn it up in RPM? Just a couple hundred?
Yeah. Yeah, it was, obviously, it's done up here, but,
yeah.
I mean, it probably won't tickle 600, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Camshaft change, valve, springs, retainer, keeper, trunnion kit. I mean, this is your basic deal right here. So, top secret camshaft. But if you want to, I'm going to tell Rich what it is. If you want to go over to Rich's channel and see what the camshaft is, he might tell you, he might not. I don't know. You have to go over there and see what he wants to do.
Get and change the RPM.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Just put 9,500 in there.
Yeah, I'll try.
And that's a Holley?
Yeah, that's a Terminator X.
Terminator X, okay.
Change it on there?
Huh?
You have to change it on the dyno? Is that 71, 72 right
No,
now?
I swept it. Well, yeah.
Does it have a stop range on the dyno?
Yeah.
Okay. Tune on her.
I'll just come in here and clean this up because I like to, obviously we like to have everything. My goal in life is to have everything at less than 5% before I send it out. This is at 15-16% right there. And it's actually throwing a little bit of fuel from our target. Now my target is only 13.2, and I think that it's probably not really 13.2 if I had to guess. I think it's a little bit richer than that because it smells a little sooty and it's actually throwing some fuel at it, which I'm a little surprised at. But I'll go in here and I'll fix this area up. You can see that little blisk right there is moving. So in our data log right here, so this is this little green line that is going up and down. That is our closed loop compensation. And then the BlizzKits just tell me where it's at. So I can come in here and I'll hit this area and then I'll smooth it out later. So this is 5, 10, we'll hit 15. Then we'll bring up our other one. And this one here, at that area, it was only adding 5%, so it's happy there. And then rolling into it through this bottom, it was like 16%, so I'll add 10 there. And then, you know what is really dumb is I hit the wrong key fob. I needed to go the other way.
I've done that.
There you go. So, now what I always like to do is, so I come in here and I always look at the 3D graph on stuff, because you just don't see, if you didn't have colors associated with this thing, you wouldn't see that there's anything going on here. And sometimes just reading the numbers on stuff, you miss a number, you miss a spike, and then it runs through this weird spot where it just dumps a bunch of fuel at or something. So always go look at the graph, and then do not be lazy about it and just hit the smooth all function. That's not the way it works.
Make my graph look pretty.
Yes. Yeah, so I just manually will come in here and fix stuff up. I will hit the tune, because what happens is, if I've raised this up, I know I want to add fuel there, I know I want to add fuel there. If I hit smooth, it actually takes fuel away from there. It brings up where I don't want it to bring up and bring down where I wanted to bring up. So it tries to go like this, where my idea was, I wanted to like kind of just level
Put a
things
ramp
off,
in there for me.
but it doesn't do that.
Yep.
So we'll just kind of come in here. And, whoops.
All right, we're gonna make another run. Steve just threw some stuff on the tune. All he's trying to do is take away the amount of correction that it has under closed loop. It shouldn't really change anything in terms of power, because the air fuel that the motor's seeing is still gonna be the same. It's just gonna be compensating less. So we'll make another backup run, then we're gonna go in, get that Vortec going, add some boost.
That's exactly what you're gonna get.
Come on, Steve, it's off by a half a horsepower. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go in here. We got our NA motor. Oh yeah. So now we gotta take this and get this down here to come around and loop around and go into here. We'll show you what happens. Yep, so much awesomeness. This intake manifold, chock full of ability goodness.
And I'll explain something here to you. So this is our timing curve. Okay, so NA, this thing just sits here and runs at 0 or just slightly under 0 kPa, which means it's just sitting there running at 30 degrees of timing, 29 degrees of timing, right around there. Okay, so as boost increases in the intake manifold, goes up. Okay, so it goes up in the curve. So as we're going up in the curve here, so I'm hoping this thing only makes about 10 pounds of boost, and we're only going to be like at 19 degrees of timing, right around there. And we actually add just a tick bit of timing as at RPMs after peak boot, or I'm sorry, after peak, after, that's a wrong analogy, after a normal, I wonder how you say that, after a normal peak torque, because we're we're manipulating a torque curve because we're adding boost to it. So it's a little more complicated than that.
Yeah. But typically after peak torque, from peak torque to peak horsepower, you're usually going to be adding timing.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. So we're still just adding some timing as RPM's out there. And so that is just a nice general timing curve. That's something I would commonly run. That's safe. And then if we go to our fuel curve, so our target AFR is already set up there. So at 10 pounds of boost, we're going to be about 12.5. We're going to keep it on pump gas right here. 12.5 is usually pretty good because this is actually running, I think, like I said, I think it's actually a little bit richer than what it is showing on the AFR. So I'm pretty happy there. We could get down a little bit richer. What would you normally be at?
We would probably be in the 11s, the mid to high 11s, probably on something like this, particularly if we were running other kind of fuel, if we're running race gas or running 85 or whatever on a gas scale. So we would typically run it, 11.7, 11.8.
Okay.
But this is your deal. You
Yeah.
run it wherever you want.
I was just curious where you're at there.
If you want to get really spicy and make lots of power, then
we can lean it up,
sneak it into the 12s or whatever.
Yeah.
But usually to start out with, it would be in the 11s, and then we'd go, okay, now that we've done that, we've done all our testing. Because a lot of times when we're running these things, we got to run, I might have to do 50 pulls on it or something like that, or 100 pulls on it when we're doing testing. And then like we go, okay, now we want the power, so now let's go spicy on the tune.
Yeah. So also everything is already scaled. So sorry, I probably actually need to show you that. So this is scaled for up to 25 pounds boost. So this must have a 2-bar in it, or maybe a 3-bar. Let's see. Oh, it's got a 5-bar. I need to verify that. Hold on.
That's all of it. So you're just gonna go from 3 to 4 now?
Yeah. Not reading AFR here anyway, so let me get rid of that. There we go. All right. Boost pressure, none. Okay. Boost pressure. So I started out at 4 because I don't want to, and actually I didn't have the dyno set right, so it still ran it down to about 3. But that's all right. It started collecting data up here at 4,000. I don't really want to lug it down here too hard for no particular reason. But that's a pretty big improvement. So 4,000 was 363. Now it's 435 with 3 pounds of boost. And I'd imagine it's meeting our target fairly well. I forgot to hit the record button on the data logger for the EFI. But I'm feeling confident in there. We'll run it up just a little bit more. We'll probably go like 4,000 to 6,000. And we'll come back and take a look at it. Torque is still climbing, 613 versus 468. So, and that was at 4.5 pounds of boost.
Yeah, we're still not anywhere near the torque peak yet.
Yeah, no. It'll probably be, well, it'll probably
That's going to be up near the top.
It'll be at 7,000 probably. The peak torque will be at 7,000. So, all right, that'll be sweet. Let's, I think it's looking, that's pretty on target. I think that's going to be pretty right. So let's hit this thing again here.
And so guys, no, this is still just on the 93 octane pump gas, right?
Yep, 93 octane pump gas.
Very cool. Make another pull here. Go a little bit more RPM, just try to sneak up on it, gotta be safe. You gonna log this one?
I logged this one. it up to 6,000, made 765 there. So that looks good. Let's look at this data log real quick. And smooth this out. Yeah, that's getting right after it.
Yeah, it's starting to get on a mission there. So we're starting at just near 3.1, and then down to 6.5
Yep.
or so. Yep.
764. Yeah, that's really nice, little easy, safe spot. All right, so looking at our data on the Holley data log here. Let me get in there. There we go. We can see this is our boost curve right here. Climbing up like a normal centrifugal does. Our engine RPM looks real nice. I'm actually adding about 16% fuel. Not sure why that kicked me off. 16, 15%. So I'll just go in there, add a little bit of fuel. It's not going to change our tune-up. And really, we should just go in and check the spark plug real quick and just see what it looks like and verify that it's not at a good, nice, safe spot.
So what's the air fuel right now on that last run?
It is a 12, 12.4, 12.5.
Okay.
Right here. Oh, you're ticking me off.
Yeah, it keeps taking those countermeasures. And you're seeing about 7 pounds right there at the very top?
Yep, right here at the very top is 7 pounds.
Okay.
7.6 is what it says.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, spicy.
We see when we do the data logging, the RPM registered on the Holley is usually a little higher than the RPM registered on the dyno. And I don't know
I don't know why that
well, I don't know
is.
why the signal would be different, but it's consistently that way.
You see that too?
Yep.
I don't know
On
why
the dyno Westech on the 902.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. But yes, I've seen that exact same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 6,200, 6,100, 6,200. Yeah, I'll go in there and just fix the little bit of fuel there, but that is looking pretty reasonable. We'll go in and check a spark plug and make another hit. But just a little bit of tune here, just a little bit of change on the fuel, and then I actually did turn on the NOx sensors. I see the NOx sensors were off. Kyle.
That's important on pump gas.
Yeah, so I turned the NOx sensors back on because I'll go look at the NOx level. And, I 99% sure it wasn't doing any knock, but I thought, I'll just go in there and look at it, see where it is, and see if it's too sensitive, and it wasn't turned on. So we have it on now. We'll see if it knocks or does anything funny.
So you haven't changed you haven't changed the commanded air fuel. All you've done is just adjust the amount
Just
of
adjust it. Yeah, still running the same commanded because I think that's still fine. Now, as far as the NOx sensors, the parameters, are you more familiar with a common setting on a NOx sensor?
I usually don't run NOx sensors when we're doing the dyno test. I don't go to the edge of like the spicy tune. We usually make it fairly safe. We have a few times run the factory NOx sensors and they work, but the problem is you see that on some of these engine dynos, especially if it's like solidly mounted and that stuff, you get noises from other things and it picks stuff up, and sometimes you get false knock and stuff. So
yeah, it's real common to get false knock on it, so I'm not concerned about it, but I'll still turn it on just to see if we can measure something, if there's anything there. If it does knock, it will see it for sure.
Yeah.
If it is actually doing it.
And then will it pull timing based on knock? Okay.
Yep.
That's all good. So you run another few hundred, 500 or 600 RPM or something like that, or 1,000 RPM. Okay. fuel check.
Right down here is our knock levels, so it's not even getting false knock. That's what's all the way down here in the bottom.
That's what we want to see.
Yeah, so that's plenty safe. That's no big deal. I think we just have our, I think on those headers, our O2 sensor is just a little too close to the outlet, and it's just getting a false read on this whole deal.
Okay. That's not unusual too. You get reversion back in that. And,
Yeah,
and the
'cause-
O2. Usually at idle is a bigger problem. Like at wide open throttle, when you have a bunch of exhaust flow, you're not getting any
Yep.
reversion back, and it's kind of nice. But at
Yep.
idle, it could definitely be a problem. What did it run out to RPM? What boost were we seeing out at 6,000?
Yeah, we went up to 6,300
Oh, 6,300,
RPM,
okay.
6,400 RPM, and it made 8.
Okay. So boost is still climbing like we'd want it to.
Yep. Yep. So I think the tune-up is fine. Everything looks good there. We're down to 6% on the closed loop compensation.
Okay. So the adjustments you made are
Yep.
working good. That's
Close. Yep. All right. And I'm gonna go ahead and just lean it up a little bit because it is sootier than all holy get out. The other thing that's telling me with those injectors being the Holley Terminator 120 injectors, we're able to select it. It is the correct one. They should have the correct injector information
Yeah.
in there. So our VE numbers are high, which means it's got a lot more fuel in it than what it should. So I would still expect us to be, somewhere in the neighborhood of in between 100 and 110 VE.
Okay.
Is what I would expect it at. And it, like I said, it is sooting like crazy. So I'm gonna just change my target.
So are you going to lean it out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you change it by 300 RPM?
What?
The RPM that you're going to?
Yeah, I'll go up to 7 this one.
Okay. Ooh, big boy RPM.
It's not in knock. It's not doing anything funny there. Tune-up looks... AFR looks pretty correct.
What's the airfill showing up there?
Which one? At the bad spot or way up high?
Yeah, at the bad spot and then beyond that. This is what we're talking about right here. That thing, I don't know what that dip is.
13.1. It's 5 pounds of boost
At that dip?
at that dip.
Yeah.
Boost curve looks nice. Doesn't look like it's moving around.
So no belt slippage or anything? That's
I don't
not
think
an
so.
issue, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching the belt to see if we were getting some sort of weird sine waves in there or something.
My change in AFR might have been a little off. This yellow line is my target AFR.
Yeah.
It looks a little funny.
That dip down there.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. Do you have enough fuel to make another run?
I think I got one more fuel. Yeah, enough fuel to make one more run.
Can you try adding a bunch of fuel?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of having it be 13, let's make it 12.
Sure.
Or you can just command that, right? You can just
Yeah,
put
I can just command it because
Okay.
it's doing a good job of meeting targets. So.
Okay. Yeah, just put a commanded of like 12-0 in there.
Okay. I'm like 3 up.
Yeah, that's fine. It I just kind of want to see what it does.
All right.
How much injector are we using right now? Like, what is it up at the top? How much of it are we using?
%53%.
Okay. So you got a lot of injector left.
Yeah,
then.
so we got a lot of injector left.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So try one more?
Let's try it, yep.
Didn't seem to like that.
Didn't seem to care.
Did you not run it all the way up?
I didn't run it all the way up.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it actually didn't seem to care.
They got rid of the dip though. I wonder what changed for the dip.
Yeah, no idea.
So it's just a weird thing that happened on that run.
Came back.
Yeah.
Because power-wise, this thing, within all practical purposes, it's identical.
Yeah.
It came back with that little dip again, but previously, before we ran out of fuel, or we didn't run out of fuel, but we were close. Before we went to get fuel, it was gone. So I think that's just a little
An anomaly or something? A weird
it's
thing
It's
happen?
a glitch in the matrix. So I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
And it's nearly identical. We ran it out just even a little bit further out here.
Yeah.
You're
Doesn't seem to be too sensitive to air fuel, and we have seen that a bunch on LS motors. So
yeah. So but I can tell you right now that it is blackening the room. It is sooty. So it is blowing black smoke. But it's not hurting anything or not doing anything.
yeah. So what do you want to try now?
Let's throw a couple of degrees of timing at it and see what it does.
Okay.
And yeah, and we're pretty safe on timing everywhere. I think we'll throw a couple of degrees of timing at it everywhere.
All right.
And leave fuel alone.
Yeah, we'll leave fuel alone. Leave fuel alone. All right, this is with 2.5 degrees of timing. Still at 12:0.
It's getting spicy up in here. I was gonna say I saw some 9s. Hey, look, more timing made more power.
Imagine that. All right. Yeah, that's 9:15. That's looking good.
Yep.
So, and I did backpedal. I only put timing in after 4,500, so that's why it's pretty similar right here. And right at 4,500, start putting timing in it.
Yeah.
Now our dip did go away.
Yep.
That might be coincidental. Hard to say. But that definitely looks good. That is definitely that's just a solid improvement.
Oh yeah, got happier.
Period. And I'm gonna put some
30 better, basically.
pretty much. Let's go to the results table.
And I think if you look at the top RPM reading, that this thing's still climbing.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see, we'll get rid of that one. So this would just be timing alone.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah, I mean it's making peak power at 7,000. So and if you look at the last one, it went from 908 to 915. That's still climbing at 100 RPM. It's nice.
okay. Yep, that all looks good at 15. Yep, 30. All right, and then here. Yeah, I mean it's still climbing. I didn't think I pulled back that short, but apparently I do. Yeah, I mean maybe make 920 or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'm feeling good enough about that that we'll lean it up.
Okay.
I'll lean it up. Exactly the way it is. I either lean it up or, well, actually, you know what I want to do first? I'm gonna put in probably 2 more degrees of timing. I'll just kind of phase it in. So at 7,000, I want another 2 degrees of timing, so that'll be 24, and be the same at 6,000, and just kind of taper it up.
Okay.
See what that does.
So the only thing better than 2 degrees of timing is 2 more degrees of timing?
2 more.
Yeah. A little bit more.
Oh, but you know, all things said and done,
Not a big change though, right?
all things said and done, that's not significant enough change to talk about. It just carried out a little bit further.
Yeah.
So
So you're kind of at where the spot where the thing has the timing that it needs.
yeah, and we'll just back it up. So I think
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go backwards 2, and then we're gonna put 13 back to 13 to 1 and try it.
Okay. So back to 23 degrees and then
Yep.
changing air fuel.
Back to 23 degrees, 13 to 1.
Okay. I saw 930 on there.
Yeah. That's flat out negligible. We're at the dark line there.
Yeah, that's the same old, same old. I think we just see a very right at the top, right? Yeah, that's probably more
Oh,
running.
maybe there's a tick down here, which maybe.
Yeah.
E85 drained all the pump gas out of it, put E85 in it right from the gas station. In fact, we didn't even check it for where it's at, but it hasn't gotten a winter blend up here yet, so it's usually pretty reasonable. So put the fuel in, and then now there's a couple things that you'll notice here. So on a Holley system, I literally go in and I go to engine parameters and I fuel type, and it was gasoline. We had it all done. I literally go in here and I go E85, bang, done. Bada bing, bada boom, all done. That is it. That is the only change I did. I just literally clicked E85. Now you can have flex fuel sensors. We can do all that stuff, set up tables and do everything for flex fuel. That's not really the point of what we're doing. You can do that. That's perfectly acceptable, obviously. Same fuel, or I'm sorry, same timing. Everything's the same there. Now what you also see now is we know that it is now running E85 because basically it's 30%, 33%, 33%.
Somewhere in that range.
Somewhere
yeah.
in that range. But all of a sudden, all of these white cells here means that it is over 100% duty cycle. So we know that was not that way before. It is that way now. Same VE numbers is the VE numbers never change. So our volumetric efficiency has never changed. We just changed fuel type, okay? So if we go over here to our pound per hour, our pound per hour has increased significantly by roughly 30%. Okay, and that's why all of a sudden it's out of injector. If we were trying to make,
Or it would be up in those ranges, right?
yeah, at 15 pounds of boost and 7,500 RPM, we'd technically be at 100% duty cycle. But we're not going to be in that range, because I think that would be a little too much horsepower, anyways. So for where we want to be with the stock rod, stock piston, stock ring that we just added end gap to.
You did put ring gap in this thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. People will love to hear that.
Yeah. Always put ring gap in it. All right, let's run it.
Apparently the conversion was pretty good. So are you going to do a shortened sweep then, just to start with the 85, or are you just going for
Nah,
it?
but let her eat.
Dude, man, just go for it. It's running closed loop. It's all good, right?
It's all right.
So what timing is in it right now?
we have leaned it back up and added the timing. Because, see, we had it lean, no timing, then rich, no timing, and rich, no timing, lost power. So now we're gonna go lean, and back up to lean position and more timing. So back up in that 25 range. See what it does. Your bet?
Well, leaner is going to make more power, and obviously more timing is going to make more power. So, hey, put them together, that's a win, right?
Yeah. 9 what? 9.
48.
I'm gonna say 956.
All right. Dang, he's going big.
I'm going big.
I told you between 50 and 60
I
there,
know,
where I thought it was
you're
going to
right
end
on
up.
the money, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dang. Look at that, I like that.
Always put timing and stuff. Within reason. Within reason.
And take away fuel, apparently.
Oh, no, that's just better everywhere.
Yeah.
Whoops. Running out of colors. Yeah, that's just better
That's
everywhere.
happier, yeah.
That is just that's a solid number right there, 964.
Yep.
All right. That's it for butt, stock, cylinder head. Didn't touch it. Didn't touch the bowls. Didn't touch it.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. 821 casting. So just the right camshaft and valve, spring, retainer, keeper. And obviously it's running 7,500 like a dream. It probably obviously would run a little bit. And actually it looks like it would climb up a little bit more.
I think with more RPM, I think there's going to be
probably
more power there.
Yeah,
but
it's probably not done. Yeah, that thing looks great. It is interesting though that it is finding this spot here, at 61, 6,200 where it is making peak torque and not making it at 7,000 like I would have figured.
That's interesting. I thought that the peak torque was going to be way out here.
Yeah. So that's pretty sweet. I think we're gonna let this thing cool down real quick and come back and do a cylinder head change. I think we can do a cylinder head change on this and get running yet tonight. So we'll have it. We'll get an NA pull on it. Yeah.
Cool.
Now keep in mind, we have because everything I've been working with here, I have never touched fuel, timing, anything at 0 vacuum and below. So
Well, we're never there at wide open throttle.
it's never there. So it idles a little bit slower. I mean, I haven't fixed any of it. So that way we have kept the NA tune is exactly the same. We've never changed anything. And now the boost tune is exactly the same. So they're basically 2 tunes in one, which technically really is the way it works. So anyways, that'll be working out really good. We'll leave it right there.
Cool it off and swap the heads.
Cool it off, swap heads.
Okay, guys, that's the end of part 1. I purposely shortened this so it wouldn't be a 2-hour-long video. So in part 1, we tested the stock cylinder head, NA, with the Vortec on pump gas, with the Vortec on E85. Now check out part 2. It's already up. Did the same thing with the Airflow Research heads. NA, supercharged pump gas, supercharged on E85, and at the end, we threw in a little twist.